Well, welcome, guys. It's another great turnout for the Production Music Association, and I'm really proud that we seem to be getting bigger and bigger crowds for these live events that the PMAs put on.
The biggest challenge, I think, is getting people to realize just the innate value of metadata. And I know it's a word now that's become very common to use, but 10 years ago when I first started knocking on the doors of Production Music Library, because I saw the value of production music libraries. When we live in a 500-channel universe, it's filled with great stuff. And you can turn on television shows and hear, as Steve said, wonderful stuff that's coming from production music. You don't have to go to Beyonce. You don't have to go to these name artists. There's great stuff coming from production music. Oh, so now you have a world with millions, literally millions of records. How are you going to find it? Well, the only way you're going to find it is if you start to understand that your music's value is not just all that time and effort you put in making it sound good, but you got to make it useful for the vehicle that's going to make you the money.
What kinds of things are you being asked for, and how do you handle it?
Well, we're being asked for the world. I mean, today it's very competitive, and it's true. The clients are asking for rights that, they just throw in everything today. They want to protect themselves. So, a guy who's doing a local commercial in Kansas City may say, I want worldwide rights, And at the end of the day, we hold the fort because it's, as far as making sure music continues to have value, you got to know what your rights are. And if you're going to offer internet rights or broadcast rights or international rights, you have to make sure that you factor that in. And we realize it's very competitive, but I'm pleased to say that my company, that we do our best. If people want us to throw in the kitchen sink, we just won't do it.
Once you get a reputation for giving it away,
right?
It's still a relatively small industry, and once you get a reputation for free or for very little money, that client is going to say, hey, I found these great people. They're free, and they're going to tell everybody.
Right.
And that is really, really hard to come back from. It's very difficult to go to somebody who you want to be a client, and they go, well, you gave it to that guy for free. Why should I pay you? And that creates a downward spiral, and that's very hard to climb out of. So I would just, keep that in the back of your mind too.
And so what we have, and this affects all of us, we have emerging or aspiring composers competing with other aspiring composers for low price. And that devalues music in general. That actually lowers the economic floor. Now, Steve said something about quality, and I was glad to hear it because I got an email the other day from a video clip service offering 10 free collections of music, 10 CDs, free for 7 days. They each had about 10 cues on them. And I had to listen. So I listened, and I felt compelled to answer the email to say, I think you found the perfect price point. It was awful stuff. So that's sort of an overview from my
That's great.